What is going on, y'all? Good morning to you. Every now and then I like to walk the backyard before work and watch the dogs do what dogs do and play and all that good stuff. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see there in the far right in the pond, the freaking wiener dog that we have just loves to get in the water, man. Just constantly comes into the freaking house soaking wet. She's a trip. And then I watch these two here play keep away. Fletch! Fletch! Hey! That's how I like to start my mornings, man. Very stress-free and fun. But we'll turn this thing around, we'll get inside, and I want to show you some of these cards that I got in. Okay, man, here we go. We got a couple non-Hall of Famers, and then, man, it gets pretty juicy pretty quick shortly thereafter. I've always liked Bobby Valentine. I don't know why, I just have. I think the stunt that he did with the Mets in the dugout was absolutely hilarious. And I've seen some interviews with him through the years and think he's just a freaking funny guy, man. But I sent that via TTM and got it back not too long ago. Really been on the mother's cookies train lately. And then I think the rest of these, that one was TTM. I think the rest of these are all purchases. Facebook groups, eBay. There's some guys that submit cards to me to get authenticated. And they'll reach out to me every now and then and see if I want to purchase some cards from them. I think Bruce Bochy is a lock for the Hall of Fame, so I try to pick up his stuff when I can. Guys like him and Dusty Baker, I think, are locks for the Hall of Fame, and you can find their stuff in like different Facebook groups relatively cheap, like $8, $6 a piece. So I pick those up all day long. Look at that, boy. Just gorgeous, man. You get the right card with the right kind of ink, and man, it just screams. I think all of these, for the most part from here, are purchases. Most of them are eBay purchases. So that is, you need to do some research and kind of know what you're looking at. Will all these pass authentication? I hope. I don't think so, but I hope. When I bought this one, this was an eBay auction win. I thought of your friend and mine, Chris from Missouri, and Bobby Gritch. Beautiful card. Vida Pinson. His stuff, man, is sneaky expensive. His signatures. There's just not a lot of them. And I'll tell you, I don't know a lot about Vida Pinson. I don't know if he passed away at a young age or something. But, man, his cards, his signed cards, do not go cheap. And this is the first one that I have of his. Okay, these Jim Palmers, and actually there's some Steve Carltons behind Jim Palmer. These were all TTM, and I've been focusing lately on trying to get cards that are more centered, sharper corners, for these Hall of Famers that I'm TTMing, and they are just coming back. Gorgeous. Some of you might be asking, why the heck are all these cards raw and not in penny sleeves or protectors or anything like that? I just think they are so beautiful that I wanted to pull them out of the plastic so there's no glare, man, so you can really appreciate the condition of the card, the signature on the card, without, a glare. I actually got this one in last night in the mail. Steve Carlton, $40. He's $40 through his foundation, and then 20 extra dollars if you want a Hall of Fame inscription. And so I think that's an amazing deal. Really been picking up his stuff here lately. Look at that beautiful 72. But that photographer's like, show me your teeth. This one was super cool. This was an eBay purchase, but it has came with a JSA, which I thought was unique. And so kind of what was cool with this one, it was on eBay and it was on the Check Out My Cards account, which, little pro tip, if you see cards that are on eBay's Check Out My Cards account, excuse me, you can go to checkoutmycards.com and buy the same card that's listed on eBay for cheaper. It'll be 10-15% cheaper. And so that's what I did. I've been trying to pick up Bobby Cox and Joe Torre cards lately, just because they're a little older. They don't do a lot of signings. Bobby Cox hasn't done a signing in over a decade, at least not that I'm aware of. And so their stuff is very tough. Beautiful Carlton Fisk. This was via TTM. Coming along real nice on the player error run of his stuff. And then these last three are all purchases. Dude, look at that card, man. Love the stadium in the background. What is that, Yankee Stadium? Old Yankee Stadium? Man, I love it. Kind of wish they would do some homage cards these days with, stadiums in the background and stuff like that. They just went away from all that stuff. I'm not saying all of them need to be like that, but man, it sure would be cool. Brooks Robinson was a dude that TTM for a long, long time. And I kind of took that for granted. And then he passes away, and then years later, I'm like, man, I need some Brooks Robinsons. Great card. And then this was a Facebook purchase. And man, I had this card as a kid. I had this whole Mother's Day cookie set. And there was a guy that put on a bunch of Astros and a Facebook post and wanted $15 for this. I could not claim this card fast enough. Absolutely gangsta. Love these cards. So we'll go ahead and end this and put all these back in penny sleeves and card saver ones. But I hope y'all appreciate these cards as much as I do. Man, I just absolutely love autographed cards, man. Seriously, it's like art to me. It really is. Some mean more than others. Like this Biggio, I wish the ink would be different. It doesn't do much for me. But like the 72 Robinson, or like the Carlton Fisk right here. I mean, it just is gorgeous. Some of these Jim Palmers. So that is what makes my motor run. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Till next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye. Doodles.